Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today I am so stinking excited to talk to you about the most recent release from Colourpop, the Villains collection. Now, I didn't buy the whole thing. I probably really should have, with as much as I bought kind of piecemeal. The bundle for everything was actually pretty good value, but I tried to show some restraint, and so I only picked up bits and pieces of the collection. But you guys, I have not been this excited about a launch in a while now. So I did buy from the original Disney Princess release that came out last year, and I did like it, but I think I liked it more for the artwork and some of the princesses that they chose, because they really harkened back to my childhood and the princesses that I really liked the most. But the products were kind of okay. It's not something that I reach for a ton, except for the Ariel lipstick. That one was by far my favorite. But when I saw this Villains release that they were doing, I was actually super excited about the products themselves. They seem like they are just really fun products and shades, and everything about them I just really loved. So let me quit rambling and let me show you what I purchased from the collection. So, of course, because I'm a junkie, I did get the eyeshadow palette. So this is what the carton looks like. It's just a regular cardboard box. The shade names are on the back for you. But when you open it up, this guy is so awesome. So awesome. I love the color choice. I love all of the different kind of chaotic bits and pieces from the original cartoons. I think this is really fun packaging. And then inside, look at those shades. Like this palette speaks to me, and I don't have a lot of rainbow palettes. This is probably the closest, and I wouldn't even really consider it to be a rainbow palette, at least in my opinion. But they are such fun, vibrant, gorgeous shades. Let me go ahead and swatch all of them for you real quick. Alright, so crazy arm swatches. I know I have not done them on my arms before, so like you should see this madness because I didn't know which direction to go with it. So yeah. So starting over here, the one that you can't see very well because it's just a stark white is a matte called No Spots. Next to it we have a shimmery pinky champagne color. This is in the shade Mongrels. This insane green gold amazingness right here, this is called Diablo. Here, this is a matte sort of orange color. This is in the shade Devious. Next to it, we have kind of a warm, a warm brown sort of color. This is a matte in the shade Tragic. Next to that, we have this beautiful bronzy color called Underworld. Here we have a very gold, very glittery, really glittery, chunky glitter sort of color. This is in the shade Panic and Manic. This insane purple color right here is in the shade Forest of Thorns. This metallic is so stinking pretty. Next to it is Flotsam, which I think is probably, probably my favorite shade in the palette. I'm sorry, I know these arm swatches are crazy. So this is a beautiful pink shimmery color that has a bunch of purple and blue glitters in it. It is so pretty. And then this matte here on the end, this blue, is the Fates. Okay, and the experiment continues. This seemed much more reasonable than my entire underarm, which I can't seem to figure out what to do with. So this is the bottom row. And this, starting at the top, is a very glittery black. And normally, I would say I am not a fan of matte shades that have glitter in them. But this one's different. The glitter does actually translate. It feels very creamy. So this is in the shade Revenge. Next to it, this blackened plum is called Sing. Again, it is a very beautiful, very glittery shade. Here we have Flotsam, which is very shifty blues. It's a black and blue with a lighter teal shift. It's super cool. This shade here is called Facile. This is a blackened green, kind of a blackened olive it looks like, but it's got gold glitter in it. And then this down at the bottom is a matte black in the shade 101. I'll say this isn't the most pigmented black matte, but I'm totally fine with that, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't find myself really using black mattes anyway, so for me that's not a big deal. But if you're someone that really does get a ton of use out of a really just saturated black matte, this one might fall a little bit flat for you. So still within the realm of eyes, I did actually pick up 3 of the Jelly Much shadows that came out with this collection. I'm new to Jelly Much shadows, but Amanda at Makeup Just for Fun raves about them. So I picked up these and I'm very interested in using them. I'm actually have one of them on my eyes right now in addition to the other shades that I'm wearing from the palette. And all of the boxes, all of the cartons, they have a different look to them depending on which of the villains they're here to represent. So this one right here is for the evil queen from Snow White. This here in the center is for Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. And then on the end down here, this is from 101 Dalmatians. This is Cruella de Vil. I really like that attention to detail. And when you open them up, the packages themselves are just your normal packaging that has the screw top closure, but it does have the villain's emblem on the top. So this is in the shade Perfectly Wretched. Let me go ahead and swatch that for you. This is incidentally what I am wearing on my eyes, and you'll see a whole demo of me applying this look at the end. And so this is Perfectly Wretched. It is really very sparkly and glittery. It is definitely the most, not wearable, because that's not the right word, because they're all wearable. But this one is going to go with the most because it is just a very pinky champagne sort of iridescent, sparkly beautifulness. Let me go ahead and swatch the other ones for you as well. All right, so I don't know how well this is picking up on camera, but these are beautiful. They are just glittery, insane goodness. So this one here on the end that we just swatched, this is Perfectly Wretched. This is from Cruella de Vil. The one here in the middle is a purple, blackened purple color. This is in the shade Spindle. This is from Maleficent. And then on the end here we have Cursed, which is this beautiful yellow gold. This is from the Snow White, so the evil queen. So if you've been on the Colourpop website and you've looked at the different offerings for this collection, there are some individual sort of kits for the different villains. I picked up Maleficent, which is this one right here, and I also picked up Hades. This is from Hercules. And they each come with 3 products. So for instance, within Hades right here, you have a lip gloss, you have a highlighter, and you have a lipstick. So I have 2 of these to show you, as well as a couple of individual products. I also have an individual highlighter. This is the one from Cruella de Vil's. And I have a lipstick, there it is. This is Dr. Facilier. This is from the Frog Prince, if I'm not mistaken. So let's first take a look at these 2 little kits right here, and let's pull out the highlighters so that we can take a look at those, as well as the individual one that I purchased as well. Excellent. So here is where we really get to see the artwork for the villains themselves. So here we have Maleficent in this just very neon sort of, if you've ever been out to like a bar and you've seen like neon lights for signs, that's what these remind me of. So here we have Maleficent. This is in the shade Mistress of All Evil. We have Hades right here. And then finally we have Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Let me go ahead and swatch all of these for you, and then we'll talk about the formula. Okay, so again, I'm not sure how well you can see these on my camera. It doesn't zoom the best. But this here on the end, this is the one from Cruella de Vil. This is You Idiots, You Fools, You Imbeciles. So it looks white in the pan, but it has this delicious peachy shift to it. It is really, really cool. In the center here, you have kind of this peachy pinky shifting shade. This is from the Hades collection called Everybody's Got a Weakness. And then in the end is Mistress of All Evil. This is Maleficent. Again, this is definitely a very gold, very blingy highlight. And they're all three just really, really, really beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about the formula itself, because I think it's kind of interesting. So it comes in the pan like this. I mean, look at that reflection. And it says that it is a Super Shock highlighter. And I don't know if Colourpop has changed their formula up at all, because you'll notice this is in a magnetic closure cardboard packaging, as opposed to, actually I have one right here. So this is one of their Super Shock cheeks from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection, and it's in one of the standard screw top lids, and it feels creamier. So these actually feel a little bit like a cream powder hybrid. And so I'm wondering if this is a little bit different so that it doesn't dry out as quickly. So it's not quite their standard powder, but it's also not their regular cream formula. So I'm really interested to see how these last over time. You can apply them. These I applied with a finger. I also applied this with a brush, and they both worked really, really well. So I'm super happy about all three of these highlighters, and I think that they'll get, at least for me, a lot of really good use in my life at least. All right, and then finally, we're down to the lips. So again, in these little kits, it comes with a lip gloss and a lipstick. Now, the lipsticks, I stinking love this packaging, even more so than the original release with the princesses. It is just so interesting. It's got little emblems from all of the different movies that represent the villains, and I just love it. I bought a couple of these lipsticks literally just for the packaging, which I know sounds stupid. And the reason that I say that is because, not the shade from Hades. Sorry, I'm a hot mess, clearly. The shade from Hades looks like this, is very, very similar to Ariel from the Princess collection. It's actually what I'm wearing on my lips with some lip gloss over it. And then Dr. Facilier, if I can get it open without destroying the packaging, looks very, very similar to Belle from the original release. Two of my favorite shades from the original release, but I really adore this packaging. So I bought shades that I probably didn't necessarily need, but hey, it makes me happy. So let me go ahead and insert some screenshots of me demoing all of the different lipsticks for you, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at how I got this full face as well, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about my overall thoughts regarding this collection. Okay, so that is everything that I purchased so far, at least, from the Disney Villains collection. Overall, I really, really like this collection. I think the quality is on point. I have said before, the Colourpop pressed eyeshadow formula is hands down one of my very favorite formulas on the market. I think it actually outperforms many high-end brands, and I just love it. And this palette is no exception. The metallics are so creamy. I mean, it is insane just how creamy they are to the touch, and yet they still apply very, very well. The mattes, of course, are incredibly buildable, very pigmented, but not overly pigmented. They're just phenomenal. The Jelly Munch shadows, I'm so excited to kind of learn how to play with those because they are a sparkly amazingness that I love. I think the lipsticks are fantastic. Their bullet lipsticks are also some of my very favorites that are on the market. The lip glosses I can take or leave, but the kit as a whole I really, really liked. And then of course the highlighters are so, so stunning. So I am really, really happy with everything that I bought. We'll see if anything else makes it home with me. It would not surprise me because clearly I'm an addict. Did you pick up anything from the collection? I would love to know what you picked up and what your thoughts are. What do you think of the things that you picked up and how do you feel about them, especially in comparison to the original Disney release that they did with the Disney princesses? If you have made it to the end of this video, I really truly appreciate it. I know it was long and rambly and at times kind of weird. So I appreciate you so much. If you want to see more from me, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye.